What is good, YouTube? Back with another YouTube video, and we're here with Perdition Lost Sector, or I should say Master Lost Sector guide. And here I'm going to show you guys the build. So for the Arc Burn, I'm going to be running Arc subclass just to match it, and Gathering Storm. That way we get the most damage output with our super because it's matching the burn. So we're going to be doing good damage. Now for my dodge, I'm running Marksman Dodge. For my jump, I'm running Triple Jump. Now, disorientating blow, if you want, you can just run combination blow, but I like disorientating blow just because the fact that it has like a larger area of effect and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be using. And storm grenades, again, you can use any grenades you want or whatever, but I'm just going to run storm grenades. Now, I'm running lethal current, and I'm running Tempest Strike. And for my fragments, I have Spark of Resistance, Spark of Magnitude, Spark of Volts, and Spark of Discharge. So that's going to do it for the super section. Now, for my kinetic, no surprise here, I'm running Arbalest. I'm using it for barrier champions while also being able to break, I think it's Void Shields are the other ones. But there's also Arc Shields, but I don't have to worry too much about those because I'm using Arc subclass and an Arc secondary and a heavy. So this is mainly just for barrier shields and those void shields. Now, in my secondary slot, I'm running that Keyless SMG, and this isn't really a good, or I mean, it's not a bad roll, but if you can get Volt Shot on one of them, that's, you know, your go-to add clear SMG when it's an Arc Burn. That will do wonders for you, but I'm just going to be running this Feeding Frenzy and Frenzy roll that I crafted and I never leveled up, but that's what I'm going to be using, and also to stun overload champions, and while taking advantage of the burn to do more damage. And then Sail Spy Pitch Glass as my heavy weapon from Season of Plunder, and I have it with Volt Shot and Rapid Hit, and you can feel free to use any other Arc Heavy, to be honest. I'm just using this one because it's a linear fusion rifle, and to be honest, I like that it holds more ammo than an RPG, and that I can do a good amount of damage with like 2 shots on a champion and then go for a finisher and then, you know, stuff like that. So that's why I'm using that over some other options. And then for my armor, I got Harmonic Siphon, Kinetic Siphon, and Elemental Armaments. This is pretty much the same set that I used yesterday and like for all my other videos. And Harmonic Siphon, Kinetic Siphon, they're going to allow me to generate orbs, and that's going to be important not only to get my super faster, but to also overcharge it with Star Eater scales, and then become, you know, a stronger super and stuff like that because of Star Eater scales. So Elemental Armaments, that's going to allow me to generate a matching elemental well with my subclass. So for example, if I get a bunch of kills with my Keyless SMG, then it has an escalating chance to drop an elemental well that matches my subclass, so it's going to be Arc. And then that's going to work with Elemental Charge, and then I'm going to become Charged with Light when I pick up an Elemental Well. So that's going to work hand in hand with High Energy Fire, and that's going to give me some weapon damage. But Overload Auto / SMG, and that's going to allow me to stun Overload Champions, like I said, and Bolstering Detonation, and it grants class ability energy when you cause damage with your grenade. And again, I'm going to be throwing my nade most of the time probably, so that's why I just, as a plus, is to just get ability energy. Then Concussive Dampener, Sniper Damage Resistance, High Energy Fire, like I said. Star Eater scales, like I mentioned, with Absolution and Innervation, reduce all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an Orb of Power, and reduce grenade cooldown each time you pick up an Orb of Power. This is just, remember, we're generating orbs, we're going to want to pick them up, we're going to want to use them, so this is going to give us even more reason to use it. Elemental Ordnance, so I have a guaranteed way if I need an Arc Well, maybe before damage phase or something, I can just get a nade kill on an ad and know that it's going to drop me a well, and that's going to give me bonus damage because I'm using an Arc Heavy and a secondary. And Solo Operative, while you're the only member of your fire team, you deal increased damage to all combatants. And Font of Might, and this is going to work with the Elemental Wells because it's going to grant a temporary boost to weapon damage of that same elemental type. So you can see we're doing a lot with wells and orbs and stuff like that. But the main thing is when you pick up an elemental well, be ready to use your, you know, whatever weapons matching your subclass. That way you can do extra damage. that's going to do it for the loadout. I'm going to cut over to the modifiers now. So here's our modifiers. We have Shocker. When defeated, goblins spawn arc pools that cause damage over time. Barrier and Overload champions. We have Famine. All ammunition drops are significantly reduced. You will not be able to change your equipment after this activity starts. Enemy shields are highly resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. This mode contains additional champions. Plus 50% arc damage dealt and receive. Limited fire team revives, and you'll face combatants with arc and void shields. If completed solo, exotic head armor is common and enhancement cores are uncommon. And recommended power is 1610. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the loadout was you can substitute other perks for the cloak. For example, I'm running solo operative, but since Famine is on, and maybe if you're running an RPG or something that's low on heavy ammo or something you don't think you'll get a lot of, you can run Lucent Finisher here, and it makes it every time you stun a champion and you do a finisher on them, it'll always generate heavy ammo. So if that's something you want and it sounds good to you, you can definitely do that. And there's other options there too, like Monochromatic Maestro in that slot. So take advantage of whatever you can. You don't have to use a loadout if maybe you're just not comfortable with it or whatever, but that's what I'm going to be using to help get it done. You can see here, got this Hydra. I'm pretty sure you can get rid of it if you're fast enough, kind of like this. That way you don't have to worry about the damage, because it gets pretty annoying. So here you can actually see our Void Shield, the Harpy, not the Harpy, Minotaur. Then they're gone. I'm pretty sure you can just brute force the shield with an arc weapon. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to try it next time I see one. But I think there should be an Overload champion that's going to spawn. Yep. We're going to stun the Overload and go for the crit. I don't know if it's just me, but why do I feel like every time I play like a Master Lost Sector or something like that that has Vex champions, I feel like generally it's easier. I don't know, maybe because of the crit on the stomach is easy, I don't know. That's just something that just went through my head. But here we have a Hobgoblin that's being pretty annoying. He's gonna do that. And if I really wanted to, I could have used Arbalest just to keep shooting him while he was immune there, but again, the ammo drops are reduced, so I'm not trying to waste too much ammo. I don't want to stun that one yet. I want to get it in my line of sight. Hopefully it pushes. There we go. Now I'm gonna just try to go for the crits, but miss. And see here, if you had Lucent Finisher, you did the finisher and it'll drop you heavy. So we got that. And to be honest, I think if you're using Cell Spy Pitch Class like I am, then you should be fine in terms of heavy. You can see I'm not using it too much. I'm mainly using it on champions. But like barrier champions, I might just keep using Arbalest or use a nade or something too. That's why I'm kind of like being a little more cautious with my nades. But then this enemy here, the Wyvern, whatever, you can see the Minotaur, I pretty much ate through the shield with like arc mag, so it wasn't too crazy, but alright, I'm gonna back up, start running, because I'm not sure if this is true in every scenario, but I know these enemy types, they take more damage from abilities or something like that. That's why Spire of the Watcher, if you're a Warlock, they like you to use your Demolitionist, rocket launcher, like Bump in the Night with Chill Clip and Demolitionist, and you could spam your Flux Nades on them to do more damage and stuff. I don't know if someone can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's like the case or something. You can see we got more enemies here. I might just use my super on that Wyvern up here on the left, because I think that enemy type is so annoying. But I think the champion should be near. There we go. Just wanted to make sure it was going to hit the champion. You can see the super is really good too for like blocking off, you know, any spawn or something like that. So you can see how the area of effect is on it. Well, I got more special. I'm gonna try to jump over it. That way I can pick it up once I'm done. But I'm gonna hit it with a nade. Do some pretty good damage. Stun. Try to get a finisher. Guess not. Now we're gonna go pick this up. And we still got 14 shots, so we have more than enough, I think, for boss damage. And that's why I prefer to bring linear fusions over like rockets and stuff like that. But again, you can use what you have. And I know if you're a free-to-play player, they kind of make it impossible for you to get seasonal weapons. So I wish that's something Bungie would change. And kind of like, I don't know how they would, you know, make some changes like that, but it is kind of annoying seeing like free-to-play players get shafted most of the time. Like they can't take advantage of weapon crafting with seasonal weapons and stuff. So yeah, let me run over here now that enemies are spawning. You can see I'm getting hit by everything. These are all gonna have arc shields, so I'm not too worried about them. I can see if they're grouped up and you break some shields next to each other, they'll do like a little combo effect. There's a barrier champion over there and one on the right. Just gonna wait a little bit. I don't want to take too much damage here. I'm gonna go up here. There we go. For this guy, I might just do this. I know he's gonna spawn more ads here, so I'm just gonna use my super. I'm not too worried about Stargator scales right now, to be honest. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, you can see that. And we just got some more trash ads over here in the back. I think there's no more champions, so not too worried right now. Boom. Yeah, that's the lost sector, so claim the loot, get no exotic. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this. I'm gonna say not a bad lost sector, especially if you're a Titan and you have Thunder Crash with what is it, Heart of Innermost Light and stuff like that. Definitely you can take advantage of that for this last room. A Warlock, I mean maybe, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Warlock arc build, but I'm pretty sure there's some good ones out there. So yeah, for this Hunter one, it's not anything too crazy, but it should help you get the job done. So I'm probably gonna take advantage of this later on in stream, probably in like 30 minutes or something. I'm gonna go live, twitch.tv/MonkeySham0. I'm gonna play some Destiny 2 and maybe some Call of Duty. I've been wanting to play DMZ for a minute, so if you can tune in, I would appreciate it. But drop a follow so you don't miss another stream, subscribe so you don't miss another YouTube video, ring the bell, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the build or anything like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.